Right now, somewhere, a clock just hit 8 a.m., and your stomach growled on cue. You didn't decide to be hungry. The clock decided for you. But for most of human history, nobody's stomach knew what time it was. There was no clock. There were no 3 meals a day. There was just hunger, food when it existed, and nothing when it didn't. So who decided you should eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at those exact hours? The answer isn't a nutritionist. It isn't your body. It's a factory whistle. Let's go back before that whistle ever existed. For most of the medieval world, eating breakfast wasn't healthy. It was shameful. Church teachings in medieval Europe treated eating before midday as a form of gluttony. Only laborers, children, and the sick were excused. Everyone else was expected to wait. Most people ate one real meal a day, sometimes two, whenever food was ready. No set hour, no alarm. Just the sun, the season, and what was available.
But this was only the surface. What replaced it was far stranger. In the late 1700s, something new started appearing in England: the factory. And factories needed something farms never did: everyone working and eating at the same minute. Historian E.P. Thompson called this time discipline. Workers didn't just clock in, their hunger did too. Bells and whistles told entire towns exactly when to stop and when to eat. Within a generation, eating on a schedule replaced eating on demand.
But the clock was only half the story. The other half came from a cereal box. In the early 1900s, an American doctor named John Harvey Kellogg ran a health resort in Michigan. He believed most disease came from the gut. His solution was a bland new food: cereal. One of his patients, C.W. Post, took the idea and turned it into a business. By the 1910s, cereal companies were spending enormous sums convincing people breakfast was essential. Not because science proved it, because a bowl of cereal only sells if you eat it every morning. The phrase "most important meal of the day" didn't come from a lab. It came from an ad. And it worked. Within decades, breakfast went from suspicious to mandatory. 3 meals a day, fixed times. It felt ancient. It was barely a century old. But here's where it gets worse. Your body never actually agreed to any of this. It runs on its own internal clock. Scientists call it the circadian rhythm, and it doesn't just control sleep, it controls digestion. In the 2000s, biologist Sachin Panda at the Salk Institute studied when the body handles food best. His research found insulin sensitivity is highest in the morning and drops sharply by night. The same meal, eaten at night, is processed differently than it would be at noon. But most people eat their largest meal in the evening, exactly when the body handles it worst. Why? Because factory hours, not biology, decided when dinner happens. We built an entire eating schedule around machines, then kept using it long after the machines changed. But this was still only part of it. Panda ran a study where people simply narrowed their eating window, no other changes. Participants who ate within a shorter daily window slept better and reported more stable energy. Nothing about what they ate changed, only when they ate it. The body wasn't rebelling against food, it was rebelling against the schedule attached to it. Picture a factory floor in Manchester, 1850. A bell rings. 200 workers stop at once. They eat in 20 minutes, not because they're hungry, because the bell said so. That bell is gone, but you still hear it every single day, at 8, at noon, at 6. You just call it your alarm now. So the next time your stomach growls exactly on schedule, ask yourself something. Is that hunger? Or is that a factory whistle from 1850 still ringing inside you? You didn't inherit this rhythm from your ancestors. You inherited it from a shift schedule. For 300,000 years, humans ate when there was food. For barely 150, they've eaten by the clock. You were never broken for feeling hungry at strange hours. You were just finally listening to yourself.